What's going on, guys? It's your boy. Today with me I have again YouTube's funniest dog, Loco. He's here.
What's crack-a-lagging, y'all? It's Loco.
Yeah, he's back, and I've got someone new today. We actually have Asan, if you want to say hello.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We got another video coming out with Cash Dog and Asan over on my channel, so hope y'all are ready for that.
It's good. We're definitely trying to incorporate new people in these videos, and the reason we're doing another controversial fights video is because it did such wonders for my channel. Even though it got a lot of hate, it sort of did blow up my channel a little bit. So, you know, why just not do another one? These guys, they're really entertaining, so it's going to be a good time. So the first one we're going to do is Madara versus the Akatsuki. This is sort of like an old topic, but it's still talked about today. You know, people still bring up, you know,
Very
Madara.
popular.
Yeah, it's still like talked about even like 4 years after it was brought up. So what do you guys think about Madara in his Edo form versus just the vanilla Akatsuki? You know, no Orochimaru and no Obito. That's the one that no, we'll include Obito.
Madara mid-diff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
It's just like the dude is ridiculous. It's like,
Yeah. Tengai Shinsei, Perfect Susanoo,
Wood style.
25
Shinra
clones.
Tensei.
Yeah.
Oh, 25.
he might literally like just leave the clones to just fight the rest of the Akatsuki.
Yeah, and I did a video about Minato, Itachi, and Nagato versus Madara, and in that video I did say they could pull it off. What I was getting in that video, and I sort of side with the Akatsuki a little bit if we're putting these characters in character. Edo Madara just is a dickhead. He literally nearly dies all the time. So you could actually make a really good case to say like, well, you know, Madara in character letting the Akatsuki do all of their insta-kill moves might actually take it. You know, maybe if he's an idiot, he gets sucked into Kamui or Totsuka Blade, but you know, even like the other stuff, like the poison's not working on an Edo Tensei body, I wouldn't think. Conan can't do anything. Kisame can't do anything. So it's really just going to be like a kind of off-guard Totsuka Blade GG situation, which hey, might happen, you know, 1 or 2 out of 10 times. That's only if you think Madara isn't being serious, and the moment he is serious, it's an absolute stomp.
Like bloodthirsty Madara, like no holds bar, you know, like he's coming out, he's not playing any games. The Akatsuki will just get wiped, like fairly easily. Like they're not doing shit to the Perfect Susanoo, they're not doing shit to Tengai Shinsei, Chibaku Tensei, nothing like that. Even the top tiers of the Akatsuki, like Itachi and Nagato, just kind of have like knockoff versions of what Madara has. Nagato has Madara's Renegon, in case you forgot, and of course Itachi has like a pretty cool armored Susanoo that has the Totsuka Blade and the Yatamir, but Madara has a Perfect Susanoo, which is like 5 times bigger than fucking Itachi's little armored Susanoo. So I really don't think the Akatsuki are going to be posing too much of a threat as long as Madara's taking the fight seriously.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Seriously, Madara takes it.
Whenever people like bring this up, I can like literally imagine, right? Like so just imagine Itachi has like his Susanoo out, and imagine Madara has his out, and he's like, oh, you have one too. And just like imagine like Itachi trying to like 3 to 4 times handle a sword swing from like Madara. His like Totsuka Blade is beginning to crack and everything. It's like, bro, like what is he like going to do? What is he can the Yatamir, can it like even like take a swing from the Perfect Susanoo?
Maybe,
because like the shockwave, like it like blew up, like split the mountains and stuff like that. I just don't know if he like seriously takes one giant swing full power at that damn like shield. I just don't realistically see Itachi like standing or even breathing after like the dust settles from that situation.
Yeah. And in my video, I actually do bring up Edo Itachi and Edo Nagato. So when these characters are alive, Madara only has to put them down 1 time. He doesn't need to use a seal. So yeah, it's very disingenuous to the topic to just say like, yeah, Itachi could just hold up his Susanoo, especially if you use Sick Itachi. It's not happening. And I really do like Itachi a lot, but if people always bring up Sick Itachi, he can only pull up the Susanoo for a little bit. So the video I did was kind of giving those characters a lot of the benefit of the doubt, but traditional Akatsuki groups, you know, the traditional vanilla Akatsuki probably most times aren't doing it.
You got to be like really disingenuous with yourself to say that the Yatamir is gonna tank like that massive ass shockwave. At the very least, like Itachi's gonna be like flying around in the Susanoo like a pinball. You know,
Yeah, man, it's
like
not good.
like even if you could say that like the Yatamir tanks it, like the Susanoo is flying into outer space. Like there's no shot. He's sending him into orbit.
And like Pain lost to Sage Naruto, and a weakened Madara is fighting KCM2 Naruto. It's just, it's just crazy. He's crazy. And, before you guys bring up Madara bias, you guys love Madara. Loco, do you want to talk about the next one, number 2 on the list?
Okay, yeah. That was a great segue, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Number 2 on the list is Madara versus Jigen, and it's not close. It is not close. I know I'm about to hurt all y'all Madara fanboys feeling. I'm about to hurt y'all's feelings real quick. Like Madara, even in his 3-eyed form, is weaker than Kaguya, and like Ishiki made Kaguya like his bitch, right? There's just no way. And even if you want to say like obviously Jigen isn't as strong as like the real Ishiki. Like V2 Jigen, when he actually started trying against full power Naruto and Sasuke, they say it themselves that they're going full power. He kicks Sasuke out of his perfect Susanoo, like 0 difficulty.
Kaguya couldn't do that.
Sasuke Susanoo has gotten significantly stronger over the time skip, and this is evident. Like he was able to keep up with Naruto, who obviously got the extra half of the QB, along with any type of added training during the time skip, to the point where Naruto was able to match Toneri only a couple years after the end of Shippuden. And Toneri, if you want to take the Naruto in the movie, would be above Kaguya. So there's just no way that Jigen would ever lose to someone like Madara. All he got to do is just like trap him in a separate dimension, or put him in like that goofy little teapot that he sealed Naruto in. And Naruto is stronger than 3-eyed Madara at this point as well, so it'd be very disingenuous to say that Madara would just be able to break out. Infinite Tsukuyomi isn't doing a damn thing. Jigen can just like teleport away to another dimension, or he could just speed blitz Madara before he can even activate it, right? Or he could just fucking destroy the moon, like blatantly. He has the AP and the scaling to be able to pull off a feat like that. So there's just no way that Jigen would ever lose to someone like Madara at this point in the series.
Yeah, and it's he blew up Naruto and Sasuke. He like one-tapped both of them, bam, both of them. He hit Naruto so hard that he went out of his QB cloak. Like, no one ever does that to Naruto. No one has ever done that to Naruto except for like Sasuke's Indra's arrow, but that's after they've been fighting a whole war for like 2 days straight. And what about like the Limbo clones? Like, are Limbo clones even going to be able to damage, Jigen at all?
Oh, no, there's just no way. No. Like, even if you want to say that Jigen couldn't see them with his eyes, because he has like a Byakugan and that Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Hikona.
Momoshiki's Byakugan can see the fucking future. Right, so I don't know. Maybe Jigen's would be able to see the Limbo because the Otsutsuki's Byakugan are like significantly better than the Hyuga's, right? Yeah. But even if you want to say that he wouldn't be able to see them or sense them at all, like it'd be like very crazy to say that they'd even be able to harm him, because they're like Naruto level. At the end of series Naruto
level, not Hokage Naruto level.
He should at least be able to, like, realistically speaking, in my opinion, at the very least sense them, because Naruto's able to sense it, and he just has a small piece of 6-pass chakra. But Ishiki, he's a 6-pass being, like a full-blooded 6-pass being. So he should be able to at least sense it.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. It is headcanon, so I can see where some of y'all may not agree. Even if you don't think that his like advanced Byakugan or his Hakuna Matata thing wouldn't be able to see. Wouldn't be able to see the Limbo clones. Like, it'd be very disingenuous to say that they could even like harm Jigen in any way with those weak-ass punches,
Yeah, exactly right. And I don't think there's any real arguments that they go into Madara's favor other than just, well, we've never seen Madara go full power, blah blah blah. It's like, do you think what do you think is more impressive, Madara, not going full power, or Hokage Naruto and Boruto era Sasuke that could fight Momoshiki and Kinshiki while they were nerfed and sort of fuck them up in their base forms, at least in the manga. Like, I think these base forms, Naruto and Nerf Sasuke, would probably also fuck up Madara just as easily as, you know, Kage.
They definitely should, because the order in which the Otsutsuki are like showed
true.
and like presented, they go based off a power hierarchy. The way they deal with Momoshiki, they should be able to deal with Madara, but easier at this point.
100%
in base.
I know it's like a tough pill to swallow, but at this point in the series, like in Boruto, like all of the villains and even some of like the heroes as well are like significantly more powerful than anyone in Shippuden, right? Basically, all I'm trying to say is that Jigen beats Madara pretty easily. There's really no argument that you can make to say otherwise.
Yeah, we could probably move on. We don't want to get the Madara fans mad. We just said he beat the Akatsuki, but he would lose to Jigen, which I don't think is a stretch. I think most people would agree, but you'd be surprised. It's controversial for a reason. I wouldn't be surprised if people get mad.
It's in the title.
We know what they're capable of.
Yeah. So apparently, me and Loco both actually have dyscalculia, and we both can't count. So this is getting edited in sort of later on. So next up we have KCM 1 Naruto versus EMS Sasuke. So this one's weird for a few reasons. The first reason is because KCM Naruto doesn't go all out really at all until he fights the Raikage. And KCM Naruto might scale to weak characters like Chiyo and Kakazu and, you know, all those goons. And then EMS Sasuke apparently scales to like Sage Kabuto. So what do you guys think about this matchup?
Well, first of all, I just want to say apparently I have fucking dementia. We all forgot that this segment was we all forgot about this segment. But I don't see how people could say EMS Sasuke would lose to KCM 1 Naruto when it's clearly shown that he's closer to being on par with a KCM 2 Naruto, especially with Sage mode after he's buffed by Jugo. I don't see any argument why he would fucking lose to this form of Naruto. Like it's just not, it doesn't make sense to me.
If anybody like truly believes that like Sasuke is going to get rolled, he at the very like minimum it should be like a relative fight.
I think people get it twisted because it's like people look at Sage Naruto and they're like, oh wow, like so MS Sasuke is a rival to Sage Naruto, and then they both get another buff on top of that, which is, you know, KCM and EMS. What's weird is that EMS Sasuke sort of scales to KCM 1.5 Naruto, not KCM 1. Like, you have all these weird things about EMS Sasuke perhaps getting stronger with a resolve amp after his fight with the Raikage. And EMS Sasuke doesn't actually get a concrete, you know, scale because he's either below Edo Itachi or he's fighting fucking Jubito. So it's very weird. Like, it's very, very weird.
Like you said, he's several times, not even several, on numerous occasions, Itachi had to actually just set out and just protect Sasuke, who had just got this buff with the EMS. At the same time, like 20-30 minutes later, he's on the battlefield and he's fighting a low-level Otsutsuki level threat.
Sasuke's best sort of jutsu at this point is the Amaterasu, and it's just like, is Naruto just going to be able to tank that? He might just be able to, you know, drop his cloak like he did, you know, back in the day. So,
and like even the Ten Tails, the Amaterasu, it just like chopped a piece of his arm off and stuff like that. That is a going theme in Naruto. Like Amaterasu, it's just like everybody just finds a way to deal with it somehow, some way. The Ten Tails,
yeah, it's
Naruto finds a way to deal with it.
You could also argue like, hey, Sasuke's Susanoo might be able to smack up, you know, the earliest forms of KCM Naruto, which, you know, might be likely. And I don't know what you guys think about this, but is EMS Sasuke's stamina better than the time limit on KCM?
Like, how I'm feeling is, like, if you want to pit, like, fresh EMS Sasuke against KCM1 Naruto, I feel like you could make a somewhat solid argument to say that Sasuke could possibly lose, because when he first gets it, he's, like, underperforming with his fight against Kabuto, where he's fighting alongside Itachi. Like, Itachi's kind of putting in most of the heavy work, you know? But by the time he gets some experience with his EMS, with his new eyes, you know, and when he's on the battlefield, he's like matching KCM2 Naruto. So by then, I don't think you can make any solid argument to say that he would be KCM1 Naruto level. But Like, if you want to say that he might be able to outlast like KCM2 Naruto's like his early little timer, I don't know if he'd actually be able to make it that long. Like KCM2 Naruto just kind of has most of the advantages over Sasuke at this point.
Yeah, the way I'm feeling with this fight for sure is like KCM2 stomps, KCM 1.5, they're relative. He should just be above KCM 1, bare minimum, you know.
Okay, so for the third fight, we have the Uchiha. The Uchiha we're going for are Shisui, Itachi, Obito, Madara, Izuna. Who's the other ones? Who's the other Uchiha? I can't really
Sasuke?
think of like any of. Yeah, Sasuke,
The main one.
of course. Yes, the only one left, and we're going against the each of the Hokage. I don't know about you guys, but the way I see the fight, I can kind of see like Hashirama like dealing with Madara,
Yeah, he's done it his
and
whole
like,
life.
and I can also see the like the weaker Uchiha like Shisui, Izuna, Itachi in that realm. I can see them dealing with like Tsunade and like Tobirama,
Yeah.
And anybody in like that area and stuff like that. I think the true game changers are going to be Hashirama, Naruto, and Kakashi and
Yeah.
Minato. Those
Yeah.
four.
We should bring up Kakashi because before we were recording, we were like, oh yeah, the Uchiha might take it because of their hacks and if they coordinate their hacks abilities together, I can actually see them taking it. But pound for pound, maybe the Hokage take it. And we're like, wait a minute, doesn't Kakashi scale to Boruto characters? Like, if you want to take that seriously, but we had to bring up Kakashi, and if Kakashi's in there, he might be able to beat Madara and the rest of them, other than like Sasuke.
Right, because if we scale Kakashi into like the Boruto era, and assuming he has gotten stronger, which he has based off his novels and stuff, he should realistically, even without the Sharingan, be able to legitimately put up a fight against somebody like Madara. And then you can make a case that Tobirama and Minato, if they play off of each other's abilities, like say for instance, just being imaginative, if Minato and Tobirama just slap a seal on each of the Hokage, they might like have some like devastating attacks and just playing off each other, and then being able to get the other Hokage out of bad situations. Let's say, oh no, Tsunade is about to get hit by like a Totsuka blade or something. He can be able to like teleport them out of the way and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. And like Swag Kage did like a video on this a couple years ago, and even in that video, he's just like, oh, I don't like. They just said Uchiha win because hacks abilities, which is a fair point, but they didn't really take into consideration Hokage Kakashi, and they also didn't take into account that Naruto, I hate saying this, but Naruto should be able to beat Sasuke. Should. And that's just because in Boruto, like Naruto just has better stamina. He has regen. He's able to fight he's able to fight Delta and Momoshiki better than Sasuke. Sasuke gets kind of caught off guard by Momoshiki and whatnot. So they are supposed to be equals, and Jigen does give Sasuke respect, but if we're talking about survivability and out-staminaing and an actual fight, Naruto should win with double QB combos and insane stamina. And then Naruto will just instantly kill all the other Uchiha, like with probably singular attacks.
I think it would be it would go on for a while though, like Naruto and Sasuke fighting. It would be a great fight. Like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna pull up the teamwork arguments for the Uchiha, but like if you think about it, the Hokage should have like better synchronization than like literally anybody else on the Uchiha side. Like you have like Sasuke and Itachi and maybe Madara and Obito, and everyone else just kind of like either doesn't know each other or like they don't really like each other, so they're not gonna really be helping each other out too much. So the Hokage, on the other hand, you have like Hashirama and Tobirama, who are brothers. Hiruzen, who was like a mentor, he was being mentored by both Hashirama and Tobirama, and he was the mentor to Minato, and Minato is Naruto's dad, and Tsunade is like a grandma to Naruto, and Kakashi was Naruto's mentor. Like everyone is close.
Unless you think Amano Tejikara and Universal Pull into Totsuka Blade, Tsukuyomi GGs, but like, I could see that happening. That might happen. That'd be funny. Imagine if we just did this thing, we all agree that the Hokage have better teamwork, and then like Itachi and Sasuke just do some stupid shit together. Generally, we actually do think the Hokage should win. And the only way they don't win, honestly, I'm going to be real, is if you say Kakashi's ass and you say that somehow Sasuke would be able to beat Naruto, you know? But yeah, what do you guys think in the comments? Like, actually, what do you actually think about this? Because it's so complicated. It could be like its own 2-hour video just by itself. Next up, we have Nagato versus Itachi. So I won't spend too long on this. I didn't want to mention this in my last video because I was sort of saying that Itachi could possibly beat Pain. So let me just be really quick. I think in the fight with Itachi and Nagato, Itachi just did the best out of Naruto B and Nagato. He just did the best. He didn't get hit once. He put B in a genjutsu. He's sort of helping Naruto and B fight them. He's going like, above you, behind you, don't look into my eyes. Even Naruto's like, if I get hit by Tsukuyomi, I will just die. And so will you be. So, you know, be very cautious of Itachi. And then Nagato comes out, bodies both of them very easily. And this is an amped Nagato. This isn't regular Nagato. This is him with insane amounts of Bijou chakra, right? And then Itachi just goes bat and kills him straight away. And it's like, okay, I do think they are relative. It's not actually a stomp either side. I just think Itachi just has the dumb insta-kill hacks to kill people stronger than him. And that's what you guys can take away from that. How about that? Nagato, it physically should be stronger than Itachi, but Itachi just has the brain and the insta-kill tactics to win, you know?
I at least like agree with like that portion of what you're saying. Like if Nagato is not like careful, if he's not at least being cautious, if he's like fucking around and stuff and like not taking it somewhat serious, if he gets hit with anything like Tsukuyomi, or at least, well, I don't know, because in terms of Tsukuyomi, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if Tsukuyomi works against somebody that like wields the Rinnegan. But if he gets hit by the Totsuka blade, he's gonna get sealed. If Nagato fights Itachi, it's not one of those cases where it's like can just brush off Itachi. He has to like go serious from the start of the fight, or he can like really risk being sealed.
I think if it's like sick Itachi that we're talking about here, he kind of doesn't really have any chance against Pain. Like Pain hard counters everything he has. He has multiple counters to Amaterasu, right? Shinra Tensei, the Preta Path, and he might just be fast enough to dodge it, like straight up. Even Tsukuyomi and Genjutsu in general, it's debatable if it'll work on the Pains, because like the only time we've ever seen like Genjutsu actually work on the paths of Pain was when Jiraiya used like a multi-range Genjutsu that was able to take out like all three of them at once. Like you've never really seen it work on. Like,
and that was auditory, so it's like you can't really like, you know, who thinks they're gonna get hit with an auditory Genjutsu and stuff like that.
Pain, because he's a dumbass. No, I'm joking. No. You guys should not be surprised what I think of this topic. I actually have gone back and forth on it for a while, but I just think we've seen the fight. You know, and the comment section, I know what the comments are going to say. Well, if Kishimoto wasn't wanking Itachi, like Nagato would have won, and we just needed someone to beat Kabuto. Why couldn't Nagato have beaten Kabuto? You know, it's just like I just think Itachi is just he never tries in any of his fights. He's borderline suicidal. So to say that he is trash is just very disingenuous, because he wants to die. He's constantly not taking his medication. Kisame is actually concerned for him in the series. And then when he's Edo, it's like, oh, that's what Itachi can do? Wow. He insta-killed the big bad of the series until Madara showed up.
Yeah, when Itachi, like, I will at least like admit this. When Itachi, like, when he's serious, he's like a game changer for the series.
Yeah.
Because he also has like knowledge and stuff of techniques and stuff like Izanagi and Izanami and stuff, which we don't hear him like before he dies like bring up or anything, but we knows he has like knowledge of these things and stuff like that. He has knowledge on a lot of things actually, and if he like is at any point serious and trying to get like something done, he's like somebody that you like want to have on your side, because he's like a game changer.
Yep, most certainly.
Coming in at number 5 on the list, we have Sasuke versus Pain. Now, I made a video about this a couple months back. It's kind of outdated, but I think it still like holds up. It does its purpose, you know. So depending on the version of Sasuke that we're talking about here, it's either like a really good fight, or it's not even worth talking about. You know, like
Yeah.
starter shipping in Sasuke doesn't really have much to do against Pain. Like he matched Datara. Like he was very evenly matched with Datara, even though he had like multiple advantages, like the Sharingan and Lightning style, which was a direct counter to Datara's Earth style. So Datara obviously isn't beating Pain. So like the heavy Sasuke and all that, we can kind of dismiss that, right? And obviously like Renegon Sasuke will body Pain. So really, what we're left with is kind of like 5 Kage Summit Sasuke and debatably EMS Sasuke, right? But I think 5 Kage Summit Sasuke is like the better form to talk about, right? I think if you swapped Sasuke out for Pain at the 5 Kage Summit, like Pain would have ended the series right there, right? I don't think 5 Kage Summit really he doesn't have it in him at this point, even though he's you can see him as like an equal to Sage Naruto. I don't really think he has like the abilities at his disposal to take down Pain at this point. EMS Sasuke is like a better discussion to talk about because now he has like the full body Susanoo. He technically still doesn't really have a counter to Chibaku Tensei unless he like hits himself with Kirin. But I definitely would think that EMS Sasuke is probably beating Pain, and Pain would most likely beat 5 Kage-sama Sasuke.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that you could argue that Sasuke, even in the 5 Kage Summit, isn't Sannin level. So the whole series, people are making fun of Sasuke. Like Sasuke gets the coolest fights, but he's sort of bullshit the way that he wins. Like his fight with Datara, Karo is like, why did you struggle with Datara? Like, come on. Like, aren't you the guy that beat up Orochimaru? And then it's really, really weird because, like, Sage Naruto surpasses Jiraiya in Sage mode and whatnot. And then Obito is like, I vouch for Sasuke. I vouch for Sasuke. He says it to Pain. And then Obito's like, oh, wow, you actually didn't do as good as I thought you would do in the Kage Summit. I actually thought you'd be stronger.
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of arguments that, you know, even in the 5 Kage Summit, Sasuke might not be Sannin level. Not to say that he isn't going to, like, beat up, you know, Jiraiya and lose, or he definitely can kill Tsunade. But it's like, in terms of Orochimaru, it's still actually questionable. And Pain is just astronomically stronger than Orochimaru. You know, it's very disingenuous to say Pain, like Sasuke is definitely strong enough to fight the Pains for sure, but when it comes to Tendo, I think it's an absolute stomp. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I agree. He has a much better chance, you know, when he's an EMS version like Sasuke, because, you know, he has more ways, if he like more ways to deal with the 6 paths of pain. I think EMS Sasuke should at least be able to somewhat deal with the other 5 paths of pain, because they are relatively like fragile. EMS Sasuke, who has like control of the flames and stuff like that, he should at least be able to take them out.
Yeah, and it's like Sasuke doesn't know the Rinnegan. You need to know the Rinnegan. You actually really do need a little bit of intel. Even Naruto, who even fought Pain before, forgot what it could do and got bodied by Nagato. And you might be able to argue like, oh, Sasuke with an Amaterasu shield, instant blitz GG, you know, that argument. I just don't think that's likely. Like, Pain is fatigued in all of his fights. He's sort of similar to Itachi in that regard. He never tries. We never see Pain at full power. Sasuke has no answer for Chibaku Tensei, and the massive Shinra Tensei would blow apart his Susanoo. And with Sasuke's bad stamina, you know, in with the Mangekyo, with his eyeballs, you know, failing him, it's just not likely, I don't think.
We know when Pain wants to somewhat like end like a fight quickly, he doesn't really fuck around, right? So yeah. It's like, when you remember when like Sasuke was like fighting Mei and stuff like that, in several different points during his fight with Mei, he's like falling onto his knees, coughing up blood and stuff like that. And I can honestly see Sasuke like trying to throw a Amaterasu at Pain and stuff like that, and it might get absorbed and stuff like that. He's burning through his eyes, and he's burning through a lot of chakra at that point.
Yep.
And if he's like trying to use his Susanoo at any point, it's gonna like further damage his body. So if any point he like falls to his knees and stuff like that, or coughs up blood, I can realistically see Pain like going for him in that moment. Yeah, because, you know, Pain likes to take advantage of the opportunity that presents itself. If Sasuke doesn't have any understanding of how the Rinnegan works, he's gonna burn through his stamina, and he's gonna it's gonna be over at that point.
Also, it's like, do you guys think that like Sage Mode Naruto and MS Sasuke aren't rivals? We've seen Sage Naruto fight Pain, and he basically lost the fight like 5 times.
Even in that fight, Pain wasn't at his full power, right? He just pulled out like a massive Shinra Tensei on the entire village, and like all the other 5 paths of Pain like fell over. Right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nagato was like coughing up blood or whatever. So that wasn't even Pain at his strongest, and he was still able to beat Sage Naruto, who is a rival to 5 Kage-sama Sasuke. And we also said that Sage Naruto would beat 5 Kage-sama Sasuke in the last controversial fights video.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And you know what's weird is like, if you guys think like EMS Sasuke and Edo Itachi are rivals, and it's just like, if you think like Edo Nagato and Edo Itachi are rivals, then it's even worse for Sasuke. It's even a good discussion even in EMS, like dead set. Alright, next up, we've got Orochimaru versus Jiraiya. Now, Loco, Prod and I did a Sanin video. You can go check that out if you want to see a more in-depth answer. This is just sort of more of a casual discussion. I really feel bad for the Jiraiya fans. I really think I should make a Jiraiya video just so I, can sort of show people I don't hate Jiraiya. Orochimaru just kicked Jiraiya's ass his whole life, right? It's sort of like the Madara and Hashirama situation, right? Jiraiya has no answers to the Edo Tensei. Orochimaru beat up Jiraiya when he had no arms. Even in Sage Mode, like, Jiraiya, even in Sage Mode, I think Jiraiya still has a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah, 100%. Orochimaru just he's had multiple nerfs over the series. Like obviously, like
Yeah.
where he can't even use his arms, he can't use jutsu, and like for the entire like first half of Shippuden, he's just kind of just been trying to find a way to like get himself to come back to life or to come back in full power. But once we see him like come back in the war arc, we kind of see what he's about.
This is a weird argument, but just bear with me, guys. It's so Naruto surpasses Jiraiya, like just in Sage Mode. It's obvious. That's the whole thing. That's the whole narrative. He surpasses an amped Sanin. It's actually debatable whether or not Sasuke. This is weird. It's actually debatable whether or not Sasuke surpasses Orochimaru even in MS. It's like Orochimaru has no way to get killed by Jiraiya unless you think like Toad sucks him up. The frog song would put him down, but even then, is Orochimaru gonna even die from a little stab?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like,
Jiraiya is really cool and all, but like Orochimaru, the whole narrative is that Jiraiya is the failed version of Naruto. He couldn't beat him one-on-one. He couldn't get him back to the Leaf Village, and it actually takes like the war and Jiraiya's death to bring Orochimaru back to the light and whatnot. But they both have good hacks. So we were talking about the hacks. It's just like, yeah, there is win cons for Jiraiya, but I mean, even Sage Jiraiya versus full power Orochimaru is going to be really hard for Jiraiya.
Jiraiya and Orochimaru are like definitively below Pain level, and even Itachi level. Like unless you want to take the Jiraiya statement in part 1 into account, where like Itachi ran away, but
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk about that. But like they're both below Pain, right? And it's shown that Jiraiya can barely take on like 3 of the weaker paths of Pain, right? And he like dies as soon as all 6 of them come out.
yeah, he was able to like gather time to like prep the song because he was like running within the tunnels of the Hidden Rain Village. I don't realistically see Orochimaru, if he's trying to actively kill Jiraiya, giving him that time to conjure up the chakra and conjure up the time for the toads to prep their voices to do the song.
And it's like a nerfed Orochimaru did better against a Four Tails Naruto than, Jiraiya did at full power.
Alright. Moving on, we have Naruto versus Boruto. Now this is going to be like part 1 Naruto, like Kid Naruto versus Boruto. And honestly, like Boruto, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Boruto is just like the better Naruto. I don't mean it as a series, like,
No.
but like in terms of like abilities and all that stuff, Boruto is the better Naruto. Like I hate myself for saying that.
Well, like
but,
the Nine Tails should be weaker than Momoshiki.
Yeah,
it
like,
should
right.
be.
Like,
Yes.
right? I think we could all agree on that. Like, that's the big thing. It's like 80% Momoshiki should be stronger than the full Nine Tails. I'm going to be real. And that's the big thing. And you know, back in the day, before all that karma stuff was elaborated on, yeah, Naruto would have kicked Boruto's ass easily, handedly, right? Nah, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Like
Unfortunate.
Boruto's
But yeah.
Rasengan just like might be better. You know, you can't see it. Like Naruto's dumbass is definitely gonna get caught off guard by it. If it was able to like damage Momoshiki to that point, like there's just no way that Naruto's gonna tank that shit, even with a QB cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it even caught Sasuke off guard, and he couldn't like see it and stuff like that. So it's like it's not really too much Naruto a Naruto at that point can do with a 80% Boruto, because at that point he has the power of Momoshiki, who's above Kaguya, and I don't think I need to tell any of you that Kaguya is above like the Nine Tails.
Might have to tell some people.
I might have to, but it's like he can't. 80% of Boruto is pretty much, it can kill like Naruto at any point. I guess to make it a more valid or a more close argument, you'd have to say beginning Boruto versus like
beginning Naruto, like the first episode.
Yeah.
Even that's kind of rough because like 2,000 shadow clones, you know.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like one of the only ways that you can like steer this like battle in favor of like Naruto, because he just can't do anything with the karma mark at this point.
Yeah.
So moving to Nick.
Yeah, that's pretty definitive. It's controversial. It used to be controversial back in the day. I think a more controversial argument is like current Boruto versus actual current Naruto, because even the Kage are like, hey Naruto, you can't like fuck with the Otsutsuki anymore, like you need to be careful. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're like, yo, so if Boruto like rampages the village, like Naruto, what are you gonna do? What are your plans for that? Like,
yeah, even Sasuke,
they're like asking him.
Nah.
He's like, bro, like, and again, you know, it's to the point where it's like even Kawaki's like, you can't really do anything, Naruto, to like stop Boruto if he transforms. I'll take care of him before he does, because we know you're not going to be able to do anything. And it's like they're not trying to like diss Naruto or like be disingenuous towards Naruto. They're just looking at the facts. Like even Gaara says this, and you know, Gaara has Naruto's back all the way. He's like, yo, if you don't have Kurama anymore, what are your like plans if he tries to destroy the village? Can you do it? He's like, are you able to take measures? He even asked him, are you able to take measures preemptively? Because we don't believe that you can realistically do anything with your son trying to destroy the village. For the next one, we have Sage Naruto at the 5 Kage Summit. Personally, I think he should do better than Sasuke. Like, what do you guys like thoughts on that?
Well, Loco, you should talk about what you think, because
okay. Honestly, if we're talking about like fresh Sage Mode Naruto that like needed like 2 other clones as backup just to maintain his Sage Mode for long enough to like even contend with pain, I don't really think his Sage Mode is gonna last long enough to make it through the entire 5 Kage Summit, like let alone his fight with the Raikage, right? I don't think he doesn't have his Susanoo, so he's not tanking the Raikage's, what is it called, the Liger Bomb, where he just like drops his ass, like, you know, like he picks him up upside down. Like, are you gonna like you're honestly gonna tell me that Naruto's like tanking that dude? Like, there's no way. Like he might have the reaction speed to be able to react to the Raikage, maybe just like Sasuke was able to, but like he doesn't have the durability that Sasuke would have at this point. He doesn't have like the Amaterasu, which cost the Raikage his arm. Like, the best thing you can say is that maybe the Raikage would be dumb enough to just stand still and just like see if he could tank a Rasen Shuriken.
So like that's what might happen.
But then you'd have to say that he has to make it past Gaara, I guess, the Tsuchikage Onoki with his particle style, and then Danzo, right? I don't think he's making it that far.
Yeah.
especially without the help from like Karmin and Jugo and them. Like, there's just no way that he could make it all the way through, let alone past the Raikage.
For me,
Oh no,
I
you.
personally think that Sage Naruto might actually do decent against the Raikage. Now, a lot of people bring up KCM Naruto outsped the Raikage, and you know, it was like that was his big moment. So that's when, you know, Naruto actually finally might be able to beat the Raikage. But I think that's really weird to say like the Raikage is that strong, because Sasuke nearly killed him, and he kind of fights a little bit weird. I do think the Raikage is very strong, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if the boys agree with me on this, but I do think that at least with precog hacks, Naruto actually should have a similar kind of reaction speed to Sasuke with his Mangekyo. And that's just because of how he performs even with shadow clones in the war. He can react to the third Raikage easily. You know, he jumps out of that waterfall and he knows everything that's going on. Like, Sage Naruto's a fucking beast, man. And it's like, do you think like the Raikage is going to do better against Pain in the Leaf Village? It's just like, it just seems really weird. And admittedly, Naruto did have help, but you know, I think Naruto with all of his clones and Sage Mode might actually put in the work in the 5 Kage Summit. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, what
But
about Danzo? What do we think about Danzo?
well, Danzo, I just don't know if he just does. I just think when Sasuke fought like Danzo, it was kind of a good matchup for Danzo for Sasuke, considering he has like the Susanoo that can like protect him. Like when Danzo summoned like the his summoning that was sucking up like all the wind in the area and stuff like that. Sasuke did kind of for a moment have his Susanoo to protect them and stuff like that. I just don't know if I think Naruto, he can have like the stamina for a long battle and stuff like that, but I don't know if he'll be able to deal, because one major thing in the fight was Genjutsu when that Sasuke used, and Naruto doesn't use any Genjutsu at all. One big thing was he put a Genjutsu on Danzo to make him think that he had more eyes open than he actually did, because Sasuke was starting to run out of chakra. Now you could make an argument that maybe Naruto won't need to place him under Genjutsu because he has the stamina to offset wasting that same amount that Sasuke did, just him having more chakra than Sasuke and stuff like that. He might not need the Genjutsu, but there are certain things in Sasuke's like repertoire that Naruto just simply doesn't use. So it might be a little bit harder fight than for Naruto than it was for Sasuke.
I also just think like when Naruto and Sasuke have their little clash at the waterfall after the Danzo fight, Sasuke is blind and Naruto's in base, and Sasuke actually does feel a little bit inferior to Naruto. He goes, I need the EMS to beat Naruto. I need more power. The Naruto and Sasuke are convinced they'll kill each other. So to say that like one of them would perform really worse seems a little bit strange. I think Sage Naruto just gets a little bit sort of slept on a bit because he does lose to Pain over and over again. But I also think like the 5 Kage might also just get bodied by Pain as well. So it's not really much of a statement from me. But with Danzo, I just think like even hundreds of clones like and an amazing stamina is gonna give Danzo a hard time. You know, like the Izanagi, sure, it might be annoying, but and the summoning might be annoying, sure, but like, is a Rasen Shuriken gonna obliterate that fucking like sucky thing? Like, more than likely, you know. I don't think like you know, and Naruto has like the best stamina in the series, low key. And I just think Danzo just out-staminaed Sasuke, I'm gonna be honest. Like the Mangekyo gives you shit stamina.
It like burned through. It burns through like both your eyes and stamina. Like Sasuke, he like, it took Itachi like what 7 years to like get his eyes to that point, and Sasuke burned through most of that in like a day or two.
Yeah, me and Loco brought that up the other day. We were talking about it. We're like, the if you have a Mangekyo, it's like you gotta be careful, dude. That shit can go out in one day.
Yeah, I was sitting back and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, this dude blew through his eyes in like a day.
Yep.
Yep.
And for the most part, it was like he needed to use those and stuff like that. He had to use the Susanoo. He had to use it when like the Raikage's power bombing him and stuff. He had to use the Amaterasu to just avoid the Raikage just attacking him relentlessly and stuff like that. Granted, he did take his arm, but it's like quickly, and he burned through his stamina so much. On several occasions, he was, to be fair, he was saved and stuff like that. Zetsu gave him his stamina and stuff back, but you got to be careful, because if you burn through like your chakra and your stamina, you're not going to be able to do anything for real.
So yeah, in conclusion, I honestly think Sage Naruto would actually do very well in the summit. I think the other boys kind of... I think Loco doesn't agree, but that's fair enough. I totally get it. It's weird because the Raikage fights KCM Naruto. But, you know, I maybe the Raikage just got stronger. Like, that's likely. That could have happened.
Well, he lost an arm, so if anything, he was weaker.
Yeah, but like War Arc, power cliffing, debate, you know... Tsunade is apparently the same level as the Raikage, even though Sage and Naruto surpassed Jiraiya and the Sannin should all be relative. It's weird. It's very weird.
It's worth a video, I'd say.
Yeah. But what do you guys think in the comments? Are there any fights that we missed out on? Are there any fights that you really disagree with? We didn't bring up Tobi Rama, so that's a good thing. Who could Tobi Rama be? You know?
We can definitely do like a part 3 to like this controversial fights and stuff like that. Or if anybody wants to leave like any suggestions and stuff in the comments, you can feel free to do so.
Yeah. Which ones should we cover? Like, what's controversial? I think we've covered a lot of them. Maybe we could bring up more Boruto stuff, but it's just like dumb because they sort of get power clipped. But yeah, I think that's the video. Guys, definitely check out Asan and Loco. Look forward to seeing a lot of these guys. And yeah, link in descriptions for their channels. And thanks for being on, boys.
If you haven't subscribed to Catch's channel, Catch Dog's channel, I don't know what you're doing this late into a video and not having subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to Loco, I don't know what you're doing this late into a video and haven't subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed to me, I'm not sure what you're doing this late in the video and you haven't pressed the subscribe button. So I really appreciate being able to be on the channel and like discuss these topics.
Anytime. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.